Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
The sweet relief of air conditioning after a hot day in the summer sun. For only $2.88 a day, LES helps power life's special moments and your comfort. Learn more at les.com/value.
Our Remington Homes has really expanded and taken off in the last 5 years.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders talk about their exciting new vision, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. You can select your options. We give you a lot of choices. By selecting certain floor plans, they're just easier to build. And you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plant for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an ExactEmerge high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
This is Lincoln's home for sport FM dial of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into the LIBA Business Hour, sponsored by Nats to Tasseling, highlighting local independent businesses in and around Lincoln on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, LIBA President and CEO, Bud Seinhorst.
Well, welcome back. We are back again. It is the LIBA Business Hour. Excited to bring in some guests again this week. This is the fun part, bringing in our guests. But as we get started, DP, when I send out the rundown, I try to give us a little theme for each one of the shows. And this week, I thought it was appropriate to use a quote from the late, great, phenomenal, amazing first baseman from the Pittsburgh Pirates when he went into the Baseball Hall of Fame, Willie Stargell. He, in his Hall of Fame speech, I was in Cooperstown for it, the ripe age of 16. He said, hard work equals just rewards. And that's what he talked about how he got to the major leagues and how he worked hard and the great rewards that came through. And I thought, as we're going into this today, we've got our lead sponsor, our title sponsor, Don Buell from Nats Detasseling in today. And I'll tell you what, having done this in college and run a crew, there's a lot of things, and there's a lot of young people that have the opportunity to get out and detassel and all of that. So I think it's just pretty appropriate today these kids are working hard. Today would be a fun day, wouldn't it?
Lots of mud.
Let's welcome in Don Buell, Nats Detasseling. Thanks for joining us today on our first segment, which is sponsored by U-Stop. Earn points, spend like cash with the kickback card, which can get you snacks and even gas, available at all 24 U-Stop locations. So Don, let's start. Thanks for coming in, and thank you for being part of our show. We appreciate it. But let's just dive right in, and let's talk about, in my mind, in Nebraska, detasseling should be a rite of passage for every child. And we'll be talking in the next 2 years when my daughter reaches that ripe age. But just talk a little bit about detasseling first of all, just in general, and then we'll kind of get in deeper into, the work ethic that the kids learn.
Yeah. Yeah. So I grew up in Lincoln, and really detasseling for our state is the biggest bridge that I can think of between first and second district and third district, because we're literally taking hundreds, thousands of our teenagers and youth and shepherding them into cornfields during the summer, and we're getting that grit going.
So walk through. So when you say we're going to detassel, like, help our listeners understand, like, what does it mean? You're walking through a cornfield. Explain all that, because it was a fascinating summer for me when I did that.
Yeah. So basically, we're actually forcing a hybrid to happen, and there's really only about 6 states in the U.S. where this process takes place, where we're creating what we call seed corn. So if you can imagine a corn plant, right? You're a good husker,
big tall
I
stalk,
think.
right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So at the top is the tassel. In the tassel is where all the pollen is. And then the ears of corn on the stalk, if you've ever shucked an ear of corn, you know that pesky silk that's kind of hard to get off.
Yeah.
Well, each of those strands is basically a teeny tiny tube or straw anchored onto that cob. So corn is self-pollinating, and one grain of pollen falls down one strand of silk and creates one kernel on the cob. So that's how it creates the wonderful corn on the cob that we love. And so you might be jumping ahead and thinking, well, if we detassel it, which is physically pulling that tassel off the top, dropping it on the ground, how's it going to create those kernels? Well, in the detasseling fields, they're a lot different than the your garden of sweet corn or even the commercial corn. And the best way I can think of to describe it is like in the dog world, like dog breeds, you plant a row of, let's say, golden retrievers. And then next to that, you're going to plant 4 rows of poodles. And we detassel the poodle rows so they can't pollinate themselves. And the golden retriever, the male row, is going to be the pollinator row. And the strength of that cob now has the strength of both varieties. So we're forcing a hybrid.
Yeah, it's amazing walking through, and the way you rip off the tassels and you throw them on the ground, and you're just walking through the field. And the first time I ever did it, I thought, man, we're going to, we got a big group of kids. We had a busload of kids. We get in this field and we spread out, and literally you walk between a couple rows. You just,
yeah.
And I'm like, we're going to be here all and then to find out, I mean, you can be pretty efficient and go through that pretty quickly. So talk about the skills. I mean, because you're using kids, is it about 13 that they can start?
Yeah, about 13 and up.
13 and up. And then talk about the work ethic that they learn by being part of your crews, because you walk away understanding good hard work. You understand all of that. Talk about kind of the skills that you're instilling in these young people.
Yeah, 100%. In fact, I like to say that we're developing leaders, and we pull some tassels on the side. So we're just taking hundreds of these kids, getting them off screens, which is super mentally healthy. And they're just walking and talking, getting the endorphins going, building up strength, pulling tassels. And it's all the good stuff. It's all the grit. It's all the hard work. It's all the ethics that we Nebraskans love.
Talk about the hours. That's the fun one.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing to have teenagers actually see sunrises. So our buses leave at 5:30 a.m. and trek out to the fields. Most of them are out, west of Seward and whatnot. So it's quite a deal. It's also really a great fit for teachers, and coaches in the summer to get some extra income and help coach these kids out in the field.
Yeah, it's fun. You make good money, but you learn some really, really good, just general work ethic. Working together. You're right, as a team, because, and I don't know how you do it, but the company that I worked for, I was based out of Kearney when I was in college, and like, if our fields hit a certain percentage, like you had to hit a certain percentage, like your crew could get bonuses. And so now it's like, Now, if DP not pulling his weight, we're gonna make sure, or Nick or whatever, or Bud, we're making sure like everybody's pulling their own weight. And so there is a lot that goes into that. And I always, it's interesting. I've heard a lot of people since I've been at LIBA say, if you grew up out west and you grew up on a farm, like your resume goes up to the top for me, because I know you understand hard work. You know, you understand all of that. And then they say when they when they see kids or people that have done detasseling, that even raises that goes up above the farm kids, because they know that, you know, they get up early in the morning, they're going to work hard and all those kind of things. So
I
you're instilling some
can
great.
echo that 100%. And I've done this about 26 years, and that's probably one of my biggest joys is to use detasseling as a launching pad for these kids. In fact, just 2 days ago, I had this amazing phone call from a detasseler. He'd worked for me for 11 years from the time he was 13. And I got a call a week ago Friday from a HR person at a brain spinal clinic, because he graduated from physician assistant school.
Oh, wow.
And he was in the top 2, even with no experience yet, you know, as a PA, he was in the top 2 last candidates for this position of a dream job he wanted. I got a call and was able to just say, man, you know, hire him. I can tell you detasseling is a crucible, and I can find out in about 3 weeks what somebody is made of that might take you a year to figure out. It really comes to the forefront. So he called me 2 days ago and said, Dawn, thanks. I got the job.
That's awesome. Well, and one of the cool things, I'm going to say every year, but it feels like every year. It might not be every year. DP, you were at our scholarship lunch.
Mm-hmm.
3 of those kids were Nats employees. 3 out of the 10 or 11 scholarships that we gave, 3 of them were employees of Dawn's at Nats. And it feels like every year. Well, first of all, I know we get a bunch of applications, because the person that's calling me about January is like, hey, Bud, when's the scholarships going to be ready? Right. But those kids stick out. When you look at their applications, they stick out because of their experience and the things that they've done. And it's quite a deal for those kids. So it's really exciting for that. So how many kids do you have every year? How many kids are you hiring every year?
So I'm hiring about 500 this year, along with the teachers. And
wow.
Yep.
Now, are you having a hard time finding detasselers?
So before COVID, right? That's our
very
our biomarker or whatever. Before COVID, I would have wait lists of like 600 plus teenagers to get onto our crews. Post COVID, it's been harder for a variety of different reasons. Some of our buses still have wait lists right now, but I do have some openings on a couple buses yet. Maybe down to 15 or 20 openings yet for the season.
Now, and what is the time frame? Like, have you guys already started, or when do you kind of start?
Yeah.
I think it's a little later than this that you usually start, or getting ready to start, right?
Yeah, usually it's right around the 10th of July. This year it's going to be, they're predicting an early start around July 5th. So it's ag though, and it's kind of learning process. I get about a 48-hour heads up notice, and boom, we start hitting the fields.
Awesome. So you say you meet in Lincoln about 5:30 in the morning, you drive out to the fields.
Yep.
How long are they out there? And I mean, some people think, oh my gosh, you leave at 5:30 in the morning. What do you bring them back at 10 at night and turn them around? Or how does that work? So make sure they know.
Yeah. So each day is different depending on the field, how far away it is, how big the field is, all that kind of stuff. I'd say usually the sweet spot that we get back into Lincoln is between 2 and 4 every day.
Okay.
Yeah. We use a remind text message system to let the parents know when we're going to
we're on
back.
our way back. We'll
we're
be back in 30 minutes or what have you.
Put towels in your car. They're muddy.
Boy, that's so much different than the old days.
Right.
We didn't have texting back when I was in college, did it? We got back, and our parents, we went to a school, and the kids could go in and call their folks in Kearney, and they'd come and pick them up or what have you. So we had some parents that were good at predicting it, but that wasn't one of those. So
I'm listening to this from the outside, from 10,000 feet, and the coach in me is activated and trying to determine what the process is. So what I'm curious about is who is enlisting. Is this a parent driven thing? Is this a community driven thing? School driven, community, is it a rec center recruiting kids? Who's driving the direction from family to you?
I would say it's a Nebraska driven thing.
Okay.
Welcome to Nebraska,
Right.
DP. But
Right.
I think it's part of our blood, it's part of our culture. And I would say a lot of times it's the kids networking with each other.
Okay.
And I feel like teenagers really want to be called up and to feel proud and successful about really accomplishing something gritty and hard work. And they take that experience and translate it into, hey, if I did this, then I can succeed over here, But it's also parent driven in that parents see that this is something I want my son or daughter to experience, because here's the thing anymore, to get into college, you're looking for three things. You're looking for a solid GPA, you're looking for a good ACT score, and you're looking for an extracurricular sport, music, something. You do all those three things, you don't have time for a job. So detasseling fits that bill in the summertime of, hey, you get to earn some of your own money, learn how to budget, get that hard work ethic going, and translate it into how are you going to work at school, how are you going to work on your team, your sports team or your debate team or whatever. So
it's a fascinating culture thing. The summer I did it, I was coaching Legion baseball out west, and one of the parents was kind of in a Dawn type role. And she's like, hey, we got a bunch of our players doing this. Would you be interested in supervising a crew? And I'm like, well, I've never detasseled before. So it's really kind of cool because I think sometimes it's parent driven. I think sometimes it's a team driven. I know coaches that they're take their teams and they're like, like John Cook took his kids to Brazil. The coach will take their team and they'll work together. And, it's like a wrestling team or some coaches in some areas, the football coaches will say, you don't have to be at conditioning because if you're detasseling, and then, the kids are like, hey, I go make a bunch of money because the kids make great money. That's the other thing. It's really good.
Let me bring in Nick here. Nick, is this something that you've gone through?
I have not. I have family that's done it.
Like
cousins, all my cousins detasseled. I never did.
Okay. Because again, the messaging is on point. Purpose, drive, ambition, endurance, being able to get through. Then what happens from the collegiate side? Let's say there's a counselor that's in the admissions department. Is that purely Nebraska beneficial, or is that or other universities aware of the program and able to give credit for it?
I think in the Midwest, I don't know. You tell me, Don. I feel like in the Midwest, it's something that people know.
Okay.
But when you get outside of the Midwest, I think they have to look at it a little bit. But it's such a.
So there is just built in Nebraska value because the people who are in those positions here have been through it and they kind of understand it. Yeah. The cultural thing. And I'd be curious about, so the time of year where this goes on, is this 12 months? Is this 9 months, 3 months? What's the timetable?
Well, it works perfect for these school students because it's in July.
Okay.
It's about 3 or 4 weeks in July. So it gives them half of their summer, to be a teen and go to the swimming pool or whatever. And but to answer your question about colleges, because I'm actually an English major, secondary ed teacher by training.
Yeah.
So I really, really work hard at crafting reference letters that will catapult them. But John Baylor of On to College and voice of Husker Volleyball, he says writing about detasseling in your college entrance essay is a golden ticket to get into colleges.
Wow. Why is that? Why does he say that? That's fascinating to me.
Right. And so he sees detasselers as just leaps and bounds, that training, that mental toughness. It just puts them far ahead of the pack. Even in colleges that don't understand it or whatever, if they can write about it, wow, people sit up and take notice.
Think about you've been around sports a lot, so I'll try to use a sports thing. Like when your team goes through like preseason camp,
Mhm.
you know, I think about like Junction Boys. You remember that movie? It's not quite that bad,
Right.
but when you go through something like that together and you do that together, like there's a bond. And there, when you say, yeah, I was a detasseler, or yeah, I ran a crew, I mean, it's this special kind of like, okay, we get each other, like we're connected right away. It's a culture thing. It's just this really cool concept of people that kind of know you've been through battle, like you've been through basic training together. Or, I mean, I don't want to
It is.
compare. I don't want to compare.
Yeah,
basic
no.
training to this.
I get what
I
I get where you're. Yeah, I get where you're going. I would. Yeah.
You know, you get it as a coach, right? And I think that's.
I had a mom tell me one time, her older son was in Afghanistan. Younger brother's coming up to detassel. I don't know if this is good or bad, but the mom said, well, the older brother told him, you listen to Don and everything they tell you to do out in the field, because detasseling was the best prep for Afghanistan.
Wow.
I didn't know. I don't know if
that's recruiting. Yeah.
I was like, oh,
I don't know if that's the recruiting pitch you
the
want for
mental
13-year-olds.
toughness.
It does. I mean, you think about getting up at 5:30 in the morning, because teenagers don't get up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I tell you, I got a preteen at home that ate up right now. But you know, they get up at 5:30, they get on the bus, they go through, and they work their tail feathers off for 6-7 hours. They get on the bus and they're exhausted, but they, you know, they get through it. And it's kind of like during a training camp, you know, where the players, you know, especially maybe in college when they first come back for the summer, or a high school team, they're not quite, maybe they didn't do all the drills they were supposed to do in the summer, even though they were checking the boxes, and they kind of dragging, and then they just kind of get over that hump. And it's just really cool to see the development. So it's, so, okay. No, the most important thing we want to make sure is any of our listeners know someone who might be interested. How can they find out about Nat's detasseling?
Well, Nat stands for Not Afraid to Sweat,
which I love, by the way.
Thank you. So they just need to hop on to notafraidtosweat.com.
Notafraidtosweat.com. It's awesome.
A couple of things. One from the text line. Bubba wants to know, said, my son is listening, wants to know what good money is.
What? Oh, like how much it pays?
Yeah,
right?
like because Bud's he's like, you're making good money, and for a high school student, that means different for different parts of the state. That means different things, and the listeners are asking. So what would define good money?
So I have 13-year-old first years regularly bring home $1,000 for their efforts. I've got my older kids, 16 and up. I call them my Navy SEALs. They'll be bringing sometimes over $3,000, $4,000. I had a first year last year that took home $2,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's in 2 weeks.
Well,
I mean,
about 3 weeks.
So that's not.
Yeah.
No, that I mean, straight from the listeners, for the folks who are out there.
I love that we got people texted in. My biggest fear was nobody's ever going to listen.
No, and Sebastian said, you know, he was he detasseled for 2 years, so he's connected to what you're talking about.
Awesome. Any other questions from the text line?
No, our text line, especially on a Saturday morning, it's a little different than say Monday at 3:00 in the afternoon, where you're in the car. But the fact that it resonated and landed is good.
Awesome. Yeah. Very good. Well, again, Dawn, thank you so much.
Sure.
On a lot of levels, because you're a tremendous supporter of LIBA. You're a great LIBA member, which I absolutely appreciate. I appreciate what you're doing with your company and what you do. You promote LIBA, you promote our foundation, you promote our scholarships, and you're teaching our kids good work ethic. And so, like I said, I've got a parent peer group. We got kids that'll be 13 in 2 years. We might be calling you with a clue to offer up.
Let's go.
But I think you deliver them, Bud. You deliver them.
It's like that is. It's like your first runza, your first time at Valentino's buffet, and your first time going to Amigos. So like it's to me the number 4 in that rite of passage as a Nebraskan is to be a detasseler. So but Dawn Buell, notafraidtosweat.com with Nat's Detasseling. We appreciate you. We appreciate what you're doing for LIBA. We appreciate it, and we will be back after this break. We're on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guide you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with integrated behavioral health services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement. During the early order program, plant for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an Exact Emerge high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
Up your kitchen game with Kitchen Tune-Up. With experienced, creative, and dedicated technicians on their team, Jason, Ron, and the team bring your kitchen dreams to life. Say goodbye to outdated spaces and hello to a renewed, personalized kitchen that will make you the envy of your friends, neighbors, and family. Experience quality craftsmanship and exceptional customer service when you choose Kitchen Tune-Up. Visit kitchentune-up.com/Lincoln-NE today or call 402-200-4697 and achieve the kitchen tune-up of your dreams.
Looking for a way to shed those extra pounds? Ascend Aesthetics is here to guide you on your weight loss journey. Their team of certified nutritionists and personal trainers are ready to create customized plans tailored to your unique body and goals. Imagine the confidence you'll feel stepping out in those brand new summer clothes. With Ascend Aesthetics by your side, a healthier and happier you is just a call away. Dial 1-800-SLIM-NE or visit slimdowne.com to get started today. Ascend Aesthetics, your path to a better you.
Aloe is here to give you the FYI. Are your shows buffering? We know why. Are your games lagging? Don't deny. Are your work calls dropping? Here's the FYI. Your old school internet company can't keep up. They give it a try. Their network isn't enough. Don't get trapped in their gimmicks and lies. It's time to fiber your internet with Aloe. Honest, local, and hassle-free is what we stand by. Experience Aloe Internet. Visit aloefiber.com/FYI.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible every step of the way. Contact the DM team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Picture a hot summer day, sun blazing in the fields as far as the eye can see. Now imagine you're a teenager making bank, all while enjoying the great outdoors. Welcome to Nats Detasseling Inc., where they're not afraid to sweat. This summer, join the Nats team for an unforgettable experience. Forge friendships, learn responsibility, and earn money. Visit notafraidtosweat.com now. Nats Detasseling, where hard work meets good time.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen for the Soul at 20th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hey, CNC. Do you feel like you're in a dead-end job with your boss hovering over your shoulder? That's so annoying. Not at Garner Industries. We provide the opportunity and trust our CNC machinists to bring the talent. I'm Bob Williams, HR Director at Garner Industries, and we're looking for new team members in our CNC department. At Garner Industries, you'll work in a clean, climate-controlled, and safe environment with team members who want to see you succeed. You will also enjoy 4-day work weeks, great benefits, and a positive working culture. Interested? Apply on our career page at garnerindustries.com.
USTOP is a member of LIBA, promoting local businesses through education, networking, and local government advocacy. This is why USTOP sponsors the LIBA Business Hour on the Ticket 93.7. Remember, every time you fill up at a USTOP on a Tuesday, USTOP donates 2 cents for every gallon sold to local charities in our community. This month, USTOP has partnered with the Lancaster Event Center. Stop by USTOP and fill up every Tuesday to help us fuel our community.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Back to the LIBA Business Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This segment sponsored by Integrated Behavioral Health Services.
The LIBA Business Hour. Thank you very much for tuning in today. This segment is sponsored by Integrated Behavioral Health Services, building a stronger, healthier community through advocacy, inclusion, perseverance, unity, and compassion. Learn more at ibhealthservices.com. Welcome back to our second segment today. So we've got Manuel Walker with Nebraska Knockerball. Manuel, welcome to the show. We appreciate you coming in today and joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
I'm excited to talk a little Nebraska Knockerball. So first of all, the biggest question when I say Nebraska Knockerball, when I talk to people about it, or I told people you were coming on the show, the question is, what is Nebraska Knockerball? So tell us a little bit about what is Nebraska Knockerball.
Nebraska Knockerball is it's a company that basically, the namesake Knockerball, there is a big name in the global community for Knockerball. But here locally, we don't have any physically engaging fun. And so I looked into it to, get out of my seat. I was a heavy equipment operator and I sat for a long time every day. And so I come up with Nebraska Knockerball because I wanted to change how Nebraska had fun, not just your run-of-the-mill opportunities to, have some kind of fun. So Nebraska Knockerball is a great way to have team building. We do birthday parties. We have all kind of, physical.
You did the graduation after graduation circuit in May, didn't you?
Oh, we had so much fun with the post prom activities. Is so awesome to be able to, keep the kids safe, keep them inside, having fun with their friends so that where they're not out doing any kind of, activities that could get them in trouble.
Gotcha. So, so the best way that I can get people to think about Knockerball is I say, those giant inflatable balls that you can get in and you can ram your buddies with? That's one of the things they do. But talk about the different things that you have that you offer, because we had a LIBA BizNet there one night. And I mean, it was a hoot. I played human foosball. I did the beer pong, the life-size beer pong. I did not get in one of those things because I thought too many people would want to run over me. And then there's just all kinds of things. So talk about the different things that you have that you can do, and you can go on the road or have it in your space.
Yeah, so we have quite a few different inflatables. We don't have one single bounce house just yet because I'm trying to focus on all ages.
Mm-hmm.
So we have, like you said, the human foosball. That is a 45-foot long by 20-foot wide inflatable field that you play 5 versus 5. You're very competitive, very fast paced, very little contact. You might kick each other's feet, trying to kick the soccer ball. You may take a stray ball to the face. It just happens. It's the nature of the beast. But we also have basketball Connect 4. We have foot darts. That's our 12-foot inflatable dartboard that you kick Velcro soccer balls at. And on the backside is a 3-hole football toss, like you would see at the NCAA college championships for the Dr. Pepper scholarship giveaway. We also have our newest inflatable is our lumberjack axe throw. And we also have, like
Okay, I haven't seen that one. You got to tell us about that one. You've piqued my interest.
If you've ever, imagined the craft axe throwing or the tomahawks, so we do that, and kids can play, so you ain't got to worry about chopping your little fingers off. The blades are Velcro, so they stick to the Velcro bullseye. That's actually quite fun. We have, it's probably one of our funnest rentals. We also have, like you said, the giant beer pong. We have cornhole. We've got enough cornhole boards for a tournament. I think I've got 16 boards. We got, let's see. I also do Nerf parties at my facility. I won't do that anywhere else because it's so hard to keep up with the darts and the little rival, blaster balls. But you can play it up to 20 people, playing inside the facility for 2 hours. $300.
Wow.
It's so I don't think you can find 2 hours of fun for $17.50 a person. And so we got a lot of stuff to get you up and active. That's my biggest mission, is to get off the couch, put the technology down, and have some old school fun.
Wow, that seems to be a theme today, DP. We've got them up and active and getting them off the screens with both Dawn and Manuel today.
I'm curious about the yard pong, because to me it seems like that would be on every college campus, just active. For any college campus that has the space, I can't imagine that they would. Hey, can we rent that?
Yeah, exactly.
Can we do that So the easy way for people to be involved is there a facility, or are you purely rental? What's your preference for business?
So if you are looking to have a private party, because that's where I'm at right now, I'm not open to the public, just sitting there waiting for people to come in. But if you're looking to have a party and you have a space big enough where you are at, I will gladly come to you as long as it's warm weather.
Yeah.
I refuse to be out in the Nebraska cold. But yeah,
now,
so the
Manuel's a native Arkansan, right?
That's
came
right.
Here
I'm
from
Arkansas.
Oh, okay. So that tells me a lot then. Okay, so but I mean, is that something you consider, that maybe having a warehouse where you could have this sort of, where it could be its own knockerball amusement park?
Right. So I do have a indoor space up by Spikes, 2350 Judson Street. Unit 1 is where I'm at. That's 4,800 square feet of, space to have fun, and you don't have to worry about the weather.
Yeah.
Like I said, though, I didn't have that when I first started. I was coming to you and setting up. I got that space in September last year, and it's been a blessing because I've been able to work, through the winter. I wouldn't have had any income coming in if I didn't, have that indoor space.
Through all of this, because now the old retired jock in me is activated. Through this, is it companies who's doing this? Is it families who's doing this? Is it rec centers, communities? Who's doing this?
Literally everybody. I've done, family reunions. I have done corporate events where they're just doing an employee appreciation day or a team building, team bonding event.
Yeah.
I've done birthday parties. We've got school systems that have like CLCs that will be coming this summer and doing like a field trip, once or twice a month, bringing 40 to 70 kids.
What about high school teams? Maybe, Husker teams for team bonding?
I've done one event for Nebraska Wesleyan. Their wrestling team come to my facility, and I've done a family night at the Hawks Championship Center, for the players.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's open to anybody. The team building part of it is really awesome because you get to break down barriers.
Yeah.
You get somebody on the low totem pole that has just wanted to get a shot at somebody in the upper.
Right. Well, players, coaches. I'm seeing this as
Yeah.
a thing that if you could get, Nebraska,
with Matt Rule.
Yeah, well, right. Well, but
John Cook.
but I mean,
Will
but that
Bowl.
would be the thing, right? That if you could get an end and have Nebraska football knocker ball. First of all, the social media engagement would be off the charts, and the second thing would be amazing comedy. It would be high level
'cause
comedy.
That's a phenomenal idea, DP. I mean, that would be really cool to bring those together. Like, I thought it was fun when we had our BizNet there, because there were people that got in those knocker balls
Uh-huh.
that I would have never anticipated getting into the knocker balls. And we had women wearing 3.5-inch, 4-inch heels
Yeah.
that were playing human
Foosball,
foosball,
and they
I
were
was
not
like,
breaking their ankles.
well, but the thing was, damn, they're
Yeah.
competitive. Like,
Yeah.
some of these people, in a business setting was
Right.
like, they're ready to throw hands, as Simple would say.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun to watch people. And the beer pong one with the volleyballs, like, I played that for like an hour because I was trying to figure it out. But
It's kind of nice.
Could you fit these in, let's say, the practice facility at Nebraska or at Lincoln Pius? Because in my head, that would be the target, is that if you could get the basketball program on the Basketball Connect 4, it moves itself.
Right.
Like, it moves itself. If it can fit
Yeah.
into that space, I think the high school programs would just love all of this.
Whether it be the high school or even like the elementary, the getting the PE, side of it, get up and be active. That's my motto. And the children really need that. Like,
Yeah.
they might have some that don't feel like they're good at sports.
Right.
And, didn't feel like they can make the team, but that doesn't mean that they can't enjoy the sport.
Well, I mean, it's not only that, but I think the coaches and the parents, this is good for everybody. Like, this would be good for everybody. I mean, the foot darts, I'm curious about, because I'm trying to see this in my head, and then I imagine that if you're a family reunion and you have these inflatables there, that it elevates every event.
Right.
Well, and there's just a little something for everybody, right? I mean, like the beer pong thing. I mean, basically, it's a volleyball and
32-gallon
32-gallon
canister.
trash
Yeah.
cans, basically.
Yeah.
So, and it's fun. I was playing against one of my former employees for quite a while, but we were just having a good time.
Yeah.
Like, and you get a little trash talking in, and I mean, but
It's
it's
simple
just
competition.
simple competition, and it's literally, if you want to get in the big ball and knock hands with people
Yeah.
or knock heads with people,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
And it's safe. I mean, so it's
very
insured,
safe,
it's fully safe. Yeah.
I'd wish I had had this business ideal, right before COVID hit, because inside the bubble,
Yeah.
you're,
This
by
is-
default 6 foot from somebody,
Right.
and
Yeah.
you're in your own quote unquote bubble.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing that you offer? What's your favorite thing?
I think knocker ball is probably my favorite,
Right.
because you get to see those big hits, and even like I've got toddler sized balls, so you want to talk about funny.
Yeah.
You get the little toddlers in there just bumping around. It gets them, tired. They sleep well afterwards.
Yeah, right.
And I
Yeah.
sleep good at night knowing that I
Yeah.
got to watch those little guys just have their little time of their life.
And so price range. Give the folks some idea who are listening.
So our knocker balls start at $250 for 6 knocker balls for 90 minutes.
Okay.
I'm not a drop-off delivery guy. I want to make sure everybody is having fun and staying safe.
Yeah.
And so I provide an experience, right? There's people that just literally bring their equipment, drop it off, and leave, and you never see them until it's time to pick it up.
Yeah.
I bring a big speaker. We party. I like to have a loud music setting if we're going to have a real party, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just kind of hanging out. But so 6 knocker balls, you can go all the way up to 16 at one event. So there'd be $25 additional each ball after that 6. You can play 3 large inflatables at my facility for $4.99 for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're individually priced.
Yeah.
It'd be like $300 for the foot darts, $350 for foosball, Basketball Connect 4, and the axe throw.
So somebody could just say, okay, we want as much as you can pack into your facility
Right.
for 2 hours. Make it a party.
Yeah, we can combine any of the activities. You don't have to do them all, or you
Yeah.
can do them all. We
Yeah.
can put it into a bundle price. That way, it shaves some cost off for you. It's more cost effective. Say we got everything, we'll probably do that for like $850.
Yeah, I'm
in my facility.
Yeah.
I would. I'm in my head also thinking, maybe somewhere downtown if we can get permits to block off a street.
Absolutely.
Block off the street and
That'd be a blast. On
just
game day.
I don't even
Oh,
think it'd have to
good
be game day.
Lord.
I think
Tailgating would be awesome.
Yeah, like I think that's just the idea that we could block off maybe, I don't know, 11th and O. And maybe put that together.
Like the neighbors or something.
Yeah, well, I'll find. Yeah, I will. Well, here's the thing: we won't have any neighbors.
Oh well, then shut down the street.
We won't have any neighbors. We won't
have a party, brother.
Yeah, well, that's literally what we're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick,
That's
what
fun.
do you think?
I'm in.
You're right.
100% in.
Right? Like you could just see the block, right?
Yeah. It's going to be tough if we're doing it during pregame shows, though, because nobody
All
will
of
wanna
our
be on the
talent,
air.
all of our talent will be in
Nobody will
Knockerball.
on the air, and we're all going to be
Maybe
wanting
you
to do
could get some
Knockerball.
portable headset mics.
Oh.
like like
Just
they have
mic
the
everybody
mic.
up.
You could get GoPro cams.
Exactly.
Have them on people's heads with microphones.
I think that would be fantastic. Now we have to see whether the city
This
would
is
allow us
awesome.
to do it.
So tell us how people can contact you and learn more about Nebraska Knockerball, or to schedule or get a quote or figure out how they can set something up.
Absolutely. My cell phone, it's my business phone and my personal phone. So you can call and ask about pricing almost any hour of the day.
Okay.
That number is 402-460-8724. You can find me on the socials. I'm on Instagram at Knockerball, at Nebraska Knockerball, and Facebook, Nebraska Knockerball LLC. I am on TikTok. I can't even tell you what my TikTok user is.
Yeah. Welcome to the party. I have no idea.
Awesome. Well, this is awesome. We really appreciate you coming in. And like I said, we had that BizNet out at your place out there by Spikes. It's on Judson. It was a blast. I had no idea. And, we were actually talking. You're like, boy, I sure hope people show up. And boy, people did show up.
They
and
did.
People had a really good time. So check him out on social media, all of that. Check out Nebraska Knockerball. Thank you for coming in, spending some time with us, Manuel. We appreciate it. Appreciate you
Absolutely.
being involved in
Let me
LIBA.
throw up my website out there just as well. As, www.nebraskanockerball.com.
That's the easiest one to remember right there, nebraskanockerball.com. Check them out. We will be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Looking for a way to shed those extra pounds? Ascend Aesthetics is here to guide you on your weight loss journey. Their team of certified nutritionists and personal trainers are ready to create custom plans tailored to your unique body and goals. Imagine the confidence you'll feel stepping out in those brand new summer clothes. With Ascend Aesthetics by your side, a healthier and happier you is just a call away. Dial 1-800-SLIM-NE or visit slimdowne.com to get started today. Ascend Aesthetics, your path to a better you.
Picture a hot summer day, sun blazing in the fields as far as the eye can see. Now imagine you're a teenager making bank, all while enjoying the great outdoors. Welcome to Nats Detasseling Inc., where they're not afraid to sweat. This summer, join the Nats team for an unforgettable experience. Forge friendships, learn responsibility, and earn money. Visit notafraidtosweat.com now. Nats Detasseling, where hard work meets good times.
Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance outside of your home. Don't forget their home for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up. Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call at 402-429-8121.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumph. Licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBAS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Business or expanding your business, our team is here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
USTOP is a member of LIBA, promoting local businesses through education, networking, and local government advocacy. This is why USTOP sponsors a business hour on the ticket 93.7. Remember, every time you fill up at a USTOP on a Tuesday, USTOP donates 2 cents for every gallon sold to local charities in our community. This month, U has partnered with the Lancaster Event Center. Stop by USTOP and fill up every Tuesday to help us fuel our community.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergy, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
Up your kitchen game with Kitchen Tune-Up. With experienced, creative, and dedicated technicians on their team, Jason, Ron, and the team bring your kitchen dreams to life. Say goodbye to outdated spaces and hello to a renewed, personalized kitchen that will make you the envy of your friends, neighbors, and family. Experience quality craftsmanship and exceptional customer service when you choose Kitchen Tune-Up. Visit kitchentune-up.com/Lincoln-NE today or call 402-200-4697 and achieve the kitchen tune-up of your dreams.
Back to the LIBA Business Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This segment sponsored by Ascend Aesthetics.
Welcome back to the LIBA Business Hour. We appreciate you tuning in. This segment sponsored by Ascend Aesthetics. Lose inches and gain confidence with the medical weight loss and body contouring clinic at Ascend Aesthetics. Learn more at slimdowne.com. So a little bit of fun today. We had some more members in and to talk about their businesses. And one of the great things and value that I've always seen as being in LIBA for the last 10 years is the ability for networking to happen and people to learn about different businesses and find out what's going on and what these other businesses do, what they're about. regularly when we go to one of our networking events, it's, hey, I want to talk to you about X, Y, or Z. We're making good connections here. I can't wait till 11th Street gets shut down for Nebraska Knockerball when the ticket gets down in their new space. And so I think those are the things that I appreciate and value when we get our members in here, and to be able to talk about what's happening and to provide those opportunities, because when we do our networking opportunities, it's an opportunity for a business to showcase themselves, because it's at the business. They get to talk about it. They get to showcase whether it's a restaurant or a technology company or someone like Manny who has Nebraska Knockerball. So it's a great opportunity for us to do all those things. And some of our upcoming networking opportunities on Tuesday, we've got our LIBA luncheon with Matt Davison from 1890 to come in and talk about NIL. We're going to get him on the show here later this summer to talk more about name, image, and likeness. Coffee and Contacts on June 27th over at Spectrum Reach, 4645 Normal Boulevard. Come out, have coffee, do some networking from 7:30 to 9 before work. And then on Friday, September 1st, the LIBA Foundation has their annual golf outing out at Newmark Golf Course, raise money for scholarships that we just awarded here last month. So good opportunities to get involved. And
have you guys hired us yet for that golf event? What is happening?
We got to get you out there. I got to talk to Rebecca about that. Get you out there.
Get that thing
have
locked
some fun
up.
out there.
Yeah, get that thing locked up. How big of an outing do you think it'll be?
We'll have 36 teams. We'll have a max field of 144 golfers. It sells out quickly. So Becca and I'll be talking about that and a lot of things. So and then kind of our final word as we wrap up here today. Sponsored by the 1890 Initiative, helping student athletes excel within the NIL landscape. Learn how you can be involved at 1890nebraska.com. Really appreciate Dawn and Manny coming in today. Hopefully we got a little bit, helped our listeners understand detasseling a little bit more.
Yeah,
it's a deeper value.
Well, I mean, it takes a lot, and most things of deeper value have some friction that you have to make people comfortable with. So yeah, and Don does a great job with it.
Yeah, and I mean they're just training kids and the work ethic, and like I said, I do consider it in Nebraska. It's like that rite of passage kind of thing.
Well, I will officially say I will never be in Nebraska because there's zero chance.
I bet we can get you out there to.
No, you could not. No,
I could talk to.
No,
Dawn.
you could not. No, listen, with the twice torn bicep, no.
Probably not. So, but we appreciate them coming in. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Nats, one of our great sponsors, UStop, Integrated Behavioral Health, Ascend Aesthetics, 1890 Initiative, all of our sponsors. Next week, we're going to have Jason Becker from Bankwise Realty is going to come in and talk a little bit about the real estate market in Lincoln, which over the last 3 or 4 years, the real estate market's been a little wacky around the world, really. So let's talk about what it's doing in Lincoln right now. And then Mark Whitehead from UStop and Whitehead Oil Company, also the LIBA board chair, come in. Once we get Whitey talking, we'll have to make sure we have a mute button or something to make sure
we're ready.
Time
Dump
cards
button is
for
ready.
him or something. So we keep him on time. But again, thank you, DP and Nick. I appreciate you guys being in here with me every Saturday, helping make the show run smooth, and all you guys do for us. We appreciate all of our sponsors. If you want to find out more about LIBA, you go to liba.org. That's liba.org. And until next week, make sure you shop and support local. Support our local businesses. That's the backbone of our community. Keep in tune, and we'll see you back here next week from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning.